with everything inspected where we want it to be, we got to take it apart one more time because now we're at the final stage.
It is a dial with an SUV going downhill. That is your downhill assist.
Good afternoon, Defiant Jeep. We're having a wonderful day here. As you notice, Defiant is behind me. And if you may notice right behind me, I don't know if you can see it very well, but let me walk a little closer to it. The hood off of Defiant is actually missing. Let's take a look at that right there. All right, so what's going on is that the actual hood that I had on here has started to rust or oxidize. Let me take that back for a second. Okay, so if you remember, the hood was actually looking like this. It's starting to rust and whatnot. It was a beautiful black, and it's a very soft or very light rust, nothing salty or whatnot, like you would find up north where it snows, or let's say in Florida where because of all the salt water, it wasn't rotten like that. The issue with that hood is nobody's fault but my own. I had, when did I put that hood on? I think like January 2022, so it's been on there for a good 2.5 years. But the black that was on there was actual shipping paint, not coating paint. And what I mean by shipping paint is just a coat that the manufacturer sprays on the metal surfaces, you know, so they can ship it overseas or what it is, and it'll protect the material. Now, this is something I had mentioned to Patty from V-Notch about those 2.5 years ago, that hey, I really need to get the paint hood. I'm sorry, I really need to get the hood painted. She saw the shipping paint, she's like, what's the big deal? It's already painted. I said, no, it's not. But you know, back and forth, husband and wife, you know, you're always gonna lose that fight. I sure did. You know, after her seeing the hood the way it turned out, all looking rusty and ratty or whatever the expression is, I decided, you know what, we need to bite the bullet. I need to paint this hood before we lose the hood. I mean, it's still very smooth. It's just looking kind of ugly and out of place with Defiant. And don't get me wrong, maintenance is an ongoing thing. And we love putting stickers and badges and all kinds of neat stuff on our rigs. But we got to remember that the paint itself is also that important. And so that's what we're doing. I went ahead and I took Defiant to a local paint and body place. You may know the name Earl Scheib. I remember from back in the 70s when you can get a car painted in any color for $99.99. But we're talking, oh gosh darn, almost 40 years ago. That's what it's costing me. It's costing me a nice shiny dime to go ahead and get this repainted, and we're gonna do it a nice satin black, trying to put it back to where it was when we first installed the hood on Defiant. But taking care of your paint is definitely something to keep in mind, because you know you have steel parts and the Jeep also has some aluminum parts. But you know, it's something you still want to take care of. So that's what we're doing right now. I went ahead and took it to the shop, dropped it off today, obviously, or actually, they said in a couple days. After today's Monday, hopefully I'll get it back by, let's say Thursday. I hope no later than Friday. I know this weekend coming, I got a trail run with the group, and I really want to take Defiant out there because we're going to head out as close as we can get to Area 51 without getting shot, and that's really the way we go. But so long as the hood's off, let me show you a little something about Defiant. There's a whole bunch of, I can't say a whole bunch of things, but there are some items that I have done that I never made a video for, because that's before I was YouTubing. Let's go ahead and let's take another peek at Defiant, and I'll show you the little items that actually live under the hood. Alrighty, let's take a look over here, and we're going to start on the passenger side. Now, looking at the passenger side by that firewall, Defiant actually has two yellow top Optima batteries with the dual battery kit from Genesis Off-Road. It's definitely served me well. I've had that, oh gosh, I want to say 4 years, and I know I installed it before I moved to Nevada, and I've been in Nevada 3 years, and that thing has served me well. The batteries have done great. Never had an issue with it. Definitely had to relocate the fuse box. I had to make some adjustments over here on some hoses and whatnot. And a couple other things. The battery relocation had to do with the fuse box relocation had to do with the dual battery install. The hose modification had to do with another item I'm going to talk about in a second. But first, while we're here, I got rid of the factory air cleaner box, and I went ahead and installed a K&N FIPK for the 3.6 Pentastar, and that's also worked out well. Let me see what else we got here. I'm moving on to the driver's side. The only obvious is this right here. I forgot what they call this canister or evaporator. This used to live right here, right behind the front bumper or the stock bumper. But since I put on this little stubby, I went ahead and I relocated it. It seems to be a safer area. It still looks like it's an OE install. I went ahead and I modified these hoses too. And the hoses on that side, I had modified for this right here to make everything work. There's not really a lot going on under the hood. You know, most of it is all stock aside of, y'all seen that video where I had installed the rough country throttle body spacer, which is still working out great, by the way. Really digging it. Let's see what else we got going on under the hood. That's really about it. Alrighty, and that's really it for right now. Definitely excited about the hood coming back to me in a nice satin black. I want to say shiny, but it's not going to be shiny. It's not going to be flat, but it's going to be a little prettier than matte, if you know what a matte finish is. But that's what I went with, a satin finish, and that's what I believe it looked like 2.5 years ago when I first installed it. So that's the scheme I'm going with. I'm going to keep the hood black. Of course, I'm going to get with someone that makes some kind of graphic decals. I'm still going to decorate the hood. But that's it for right now. Just give us another few days and I'll show you what the refinished hood looks like installed back on the Defiant. So just hang in there, and like I said, I'll be right with you. Alrighty folks, here we are. Today is the day. I got a phone call yesterday that the hood is ready to pick up, so we're gonna make our way to Earl Scheib to go ahead and pick up the hood, get it bolted on, and hopefully the Defiant will be looking complete once again. Let's go get it. Alrighty folks, here she is. I got my hood back. Spent a little time at the body place so I can put the hood back on there, and they did a good job, but there's still a little adjustment to be done, and that's just only on the hooks for the hood. And I also need to reinstall my limb risers because, yeah, I'm from Florida. I'm not losing those. So let me give you a quick look of how the hood looks now. All right, it's actually looking just as nice, if not better, than it did when it was first installed 2.5 years ago. I'm really digging the satin look to it. You know, it is still a little dusty, and it just got finished not yesterday, but the day before. So, and I asked the dude, hey man, when can I wash it? Because I really need to wash the Defiant. It's looking pretty filthy. He asked me to wait a week, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to wait a week to get that done. But he painted everything, even these monikers for Smittybilt, which are just plastic, but he painted everything a nice satin black. You know, just so it all blends well. And I kept my theme of the black and tan color scheme. So I left the hinges that same Gobi color that Jeep provided. Alrighty, and there she is, man. I couldn't say anything bad about Earl Scheib. You know, they did a really good job, gave me a really good price. They even did some kind of rust treatment on there, and they gave me a decent warranty on it. And so far, I'm ecstatic. You know, there's, you know, as we say in the South, man, I'm happier in a pig in mud right now. Everything's looking good. I hope you like this little show and tell. It's just something I wanted to share with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and click that little bell. And of course, join us on all our social platforms. Don't forget to visit us at www.defiantjeep.com, where you can find all of your Jeep performance accessories, camping gear, and other merch. We'd love to see you on the trail.